switch brands starting in a week or so. Holy catfish, they've been drafted! I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blogger who always tells it like it is. Draft picks on the bottom here. Next week, that's where the rankings will go. And I'm keeping the rankings intact until after Crown Jewel when the picks take effect. I miss when the draft was when Raw and SmackDown would get together, fight matches, and whoever wins the match gets someone from the other brand. This actual draft business is getting as boring as, well, as any other sports draft, really. Oh well. People have been moving from left to right, right to left, and center to both, so let's analyze as best we can. Let's start with the male individual picks. It was rather obvious that neither Big E nor Roman Reigns was going anywhere. In fact, all the male champs, individual and tag teams, stayed put. There are only a few big names drafted on the shows from SmackDown to Raw. Seth Rollins has sadly put that Monday Night Messiah shtick away, so don't know why he's back on Raw. Finn Balor, I felt, always belonged on the A show, and Kevin Owens will likely end his career on the red brand, and sadly there may not be a KO Mania 6. Oh, and Edge moved to Big Whoop. Not that SmackDown got too much more coming from Raw. The biggest names switching are Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Oh, and Hardy too, but I don't know about him. Mace, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, not really worth the effort keeping him around. Well, okay, when Mansoor and Ali finally break up, things might get interesting. But for now, though, I have to give it the edge to Raw. As for the women, the switching of the champions would have been better if they were both announced on the same day. When Charlotte Flair was drafted to SmackDown as Raw champ, you just knew Becky Lynch would follow suit. So either both women lose their titles to the other side before or during Crown Jewel, or the two will just swap titles afterwards. Latter seems more probable. They really do want Charlotte to reach 16 titles before her father goes to jail, I think. As for the rest, well, breaking up Tamina Natalia and Shotzi Knox seems a bit ridiculous to do, especially now that women's tag teams are given less credibility than before. Carmella and Bianca Belair going to Raw makes a little more sense, though Liv Morgan moving means that Carmella will have to wear that ridiculous mask more often. And breaking up Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax was... okay, let's face it was a long time coming. I just feel sorry for anyone on SmackDown who gets in Baszler's way. Gotta give this a draw, only barely leaning Raw's way, but just by a millimeter or two. Tag teams? Are they just gonna make New Day and Street Profits swap shows every damned year? The Mysterios will be on Raw, but it's doubtful they'll stay together for much longer afterwards. Alpha Academy on Raw? Yawn. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo have been getting a push as a team, and well-deserved, I should say. Viking Raiders could do well on SD if they get some damned airtime. Tag team situation still sucks on both sides, but I'll go with SmackDown as having the better draft for them. 9 people were drafted from NXT, 9 times more than last year. I can see Hit Show building up a decent rep on SmackDown, but we all know that Isaiah Swerve Scott will have to give up the NXT North American title sometime before then. Aaliyah and Xia Li will give SmackDown's women's division a shot in the arm, and hopefully Xia Li will go back to being a Katana wannabe instead of the photo negative of Asuka. Rich Holland will make waves and probably immediately contend for the IC title. Meanwhile, Raw gets Austin Theory, who didn't do that well as part of Zelina Vega's A-holes, and Mia Yim? Where's she been? After that ridiculous run as Reckoning, I thought Yim would be hitting the road. Her only hope is to team up with Knox and aim for the women's tag belts. SmackDown, by both quantity and quality, won the NXT drafting selection. And then there's the wild card. 2020 Olympic gold medalist Gabe Stevenson was Raw's last draft pick, right before Mr. Irrelevant, Sami Zayn. But Lord knows when he'll be starting. Is the WWE planning on making this guy the next Kurt Angle? Last gold medalist on the roster? Sure as hell looks like it. But I'll say this. He needs to debut on Raw soon. Royal Rumble at the latest. And he needs to pop then. Gable, Booby, treat this like prison. Find the toughest guy on Raw, kick his ass on TV. That's the only way you'll be remembered. Also, we don't know where Asuka and Bayley are going after they come back from injury, so here's hoping. All in all, a fairly even draft. Not sure if Universal and Disney are happy with the results, but at least we know Brock Lesnar can show up anywhere and kick anybody's ass. Lesnar versus Stevenson on WrestleMania? I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. Stay safe, and I'll see you.